On the season finale of Claim to Fame, the editors save their best, most riveting footage for last. I'm Lizzie Frizzle. This is the Recap Corner. Let's talk about some TV.
Yeah.
Season 3, Episode 7 is called I'm Coming For You. Episode 8, the finale, is called Blood, Sweat, and Returning Peers. They were released simultaneously because apparently not even a smaller cast, smaller episode count, and double elimination could move this season along fast enough for the head of ABC's programming. We start outside the mansion. Adam hangs out with a new friend, this woodpecker, while Mackenzie and Hud have a nearby picnic complete with a filler montage that showcases their flirtationship set to schmaltzy music courtesy of Logan from Season 1. Their relationship's been alluded to since the premiere, but why let a narrative unfold gradually when you can shove it all into one finale slideshow instead? It worked for the Promised Neverland. It didn't. Mackenzie showers Hud with praise, hoping to coax information out of him, and also because a key part of her flirting technique seems to be compliments, or a lack thereof.
Who's related to the Hemsworth? You're definitely a Hemsworth.
Stop complimenting him.
Stop complimenting him.
Hater.
Ego-boosted and potentially smitten, Hud accidentally outs a lie he's kept going all season.
Well, I don't know where you're from, so...
We'll keep it that way for a little bit.
How would that make me know?
Well, maybe his last name is California, and I'm from California or something like that. Narrows it down.
Oh my God. Hud's celebrity relative is a man. His two truths and a lie were mom singer Grammy. He's lying about this mom.
Inside, Shane solves the last part of Adam's wine cellar clue.
The tennis ball and the advertisement is a ball and ad ballad.
But it only steers the group closer to an incorrect guess, Bret Michaels. As for Adam, he's positive that if Shane's relative isn't Robin Williams, and it isn't, then it's definitely Leonardo DiCaprio. It's not.
The other day, Danny is throwing Leonardo DiCaprio references left and right. Like, now that I'm looking at it, even the nautical journal could be like the Titanic, like Basketball Diaries. Look, Man in the Iron Mask.
I don't know. I don't really think Leo works.
You got real quiet, Shane.
That's specious reasoning, Dad.
Mackenzie's skeptical too, but when she questions Adam's theory for a perfectly cromulent reason, he lashes out.
It's not Leo. And Leo was not around with Michael.
I'll have a conversation with myself if you don't want to actually strategize.
What?
I don't know why.
I just don't think it's Leo. That's all I'm saying.
He's been acting since he was like, what? Child. And who went to the Neverland Ranch? Children.
To taunt Mackenzie, Adam brainstorms about her relative in front of her, and it's revealed that he has one of the best superpowers you can have on this show, knowing about country music.
Mackenzie's clue was 6'6" country singer. And there ain't too many of those big boys. I think Alan Jackson, I think Clay Adkins. And Clay Adkins, if that's his name.
As soon as he realizes that Scrubs guest star Clay Aiken and country music star Trace Adkins are two different people, Adam will have Mackenzie all figured out. The penultimate challenge from the first two seasons returns, the Filling in Answers on Pillars challenge.
Whatever you get right, it's gonna light up green.
Let's go.
And whatever you get wrong, it's gonna light up red. Oh, so much power. Green, red, and back to white, please. It's all in the hands, baby.
Quite the light show.
There are 4 categories, also known as Professional Field, Notable Appearances, and Notable Co-Stars. Contestants pick answers for each celebrity relative from many rows of potential options. Everyone gets 5 minutes to fill in the pillars twice. Whoever has the most right answers wins the last clue left in the wine cellar, Shane's. This challenge showcased how little progress most of the cast made figuring out who each other are related to. Hud and Adam both score 4 points out of 12, 3 of them for things everyone already knew. Shane's score is unknown, lost in service of a suspenseful cut to commercial, but he can't have done much better because Mackenzie wins the challenge with a score of just 7.
I really do think Hud is related to someone gorgeous. I'm just hoping that it's right.
Stop complimenting him! Though everyone gains at least one new clue, most of them are initially useless to most of the cast. Adam's uncle was on The Masked Singer and is nicknamed Mr. Time, Love, and Tenderness. Shane's relative, called Mr. Mumbles, was a co-star of Martin Sheen's. Mackenzie's dad's nickname is Dangerous Man. Despite getting the lowest score, Adam leaves the challenge with the most information he's had all season. Thanks to whichever producer included a Matt Damon tile, he realizes that Shane can't be related to either Robin Williams or Leo DiCaprio. Adam also confirms his suspicions that Hud's dad is John Mellencamp when he sees Cougar as a possible nickname option. But is it a nickname if it just used to be part of his name? It's kind of like if Tracy was the listed nickname for Mackenzie's dad, Trace Adkins, or in season 1 when Cynthia was used as Cindy Crawford's nickname. Instead, Trace Adkins' nickname is Dangerous Man, which is just the name of one of his albums. Same with Adam's relative. Time, Love, and Tenderness is an album title. So why couldn't John Mellencamp's nickname be Mr. Life, Death, Love, and Freedom? But I might be wrong about Hud's clues being too obvious, because Cougar manages to lead some people away from John Mellencamp.
Hud's celebrity relative's nickname is Cougar. So now I'm back to square one thinking that it's a woman, but I was certain that it was a man like 4 hours ago.
At the mansion after the challenge, Hud and Mackenzie finally remember Bret Michaels' name. To celebrate, the editors insert a bunch of stock footage vaguely related to rock concerts, but the montage ominously ends with the lightning bolt on the clue wall. In the season's last visit to the wine cellar, Mackenzie takes Shane's clue and quickly solves it.
Hollywood icon with Italian kingpin roll? Italian kingpin roll.
Oh my god, could it be,
The Godfather.
the Godfather guy?
That's what I thought.
That'd be crazy. Brando? What? Do you know who Marlon Brando was in a movie with? Martin Sheen.
No.
Elsewhere, Adam approaches Shane about teaming up, and though he technically agrees,
I can help you figure out Mackenzie if you'd like.
I mean, yeah, I think so too.
Shane also starts campaigning for Adam to be voted guesser. Hud's on board because he wants to keep Shane around as an easy target in the finale, and because they both think Adam doesn't know who anyone is related to. We spend the rest of the episode watching Hud try to persuade Mackenzie to vote for Adam, never knowing that if she did and he were to become the guesser, then it's Hud's own relative whose identity would most likely be revealed. Hud's only hope is if Mackenzie ignores his plan, forces a tie vote between herself and Adam, which she'd break as the challenge winner in her favor to become the guesser and eliminate Shane. At the guess-off, that's exactly what happens.
We have a tie. Mackenzie, by winning today's competition, the power is now in your hands.
I am voting for myself as the guesser tonight. Tonight, I will be targeting Shane.
Shane is revealed to be Marlon Brando's grandson, at which point everyone starts doing terrible impressions at him, some worse than others.
Put down the gun, take the cannoli.
Where's the cannoli, baby?
Yeah.
So one of these days, bang, zoom, right to the hole.
Why does Adam think every old actor is the guy from The Honeymooners?
Lucy. Lucy, I'm home.
Okay.
You don't know who Desi Arnaz is?
One of these days, bang, zoom, right to the hole.
No, that's an Italian guy.
As for Shane, he was sort of good at solving the wine cellar clues, but he never lived up to the big edit he got in the season premiere. I think that's partly because around episode 4, the story became overwhelmingly about Adam, and no one else developed much as a character. But I also think Shane tried too hard to make his chicken necklace part of his personality after he liked the reaction it got on the first day.
I can't get over the necklace, man.
Chicken on a chain.
Mr. Crispy himself. Team Red, we have
Team Crisp.
Shane, I want to know some synonyms of crispy. I'm curious.
So you got crispy, you got crisp, you got crisp tea.
Okay.
Oh man, I'm feeling extra crispy right now.
How's your chicken tonight?
I got a little soggy, but look, I'll always be crispy in life.
Who will win $100,000 and their own claim to fame? Hud, Adam, or Mackenzie? How will the return of the eliminated contestants affect the final guess-off? Will Franklin ever finish this masochistically monochromatic jigsaw puzzle? Find out when we talk about the season finale right now. Except not about the puzzle. That's a cliffhanger we'll have to wait until season 4 to get answered. Back inside after Shane's elimination, while Adam sleeps, Hud and Mackenzie celebrate surviving to the finale, but Hud might not make it through the whole thing.
And none left him sad.
You want something else on mine? Taste, girl.
I don't know if you're gonna be able to finish that.
Oh, finish it.
That tastes like a wild party.
Oh, brother, you should have come to my parties. There's one bar at a shop named after me. Meet up myself.
Do people buy it?
I get a hot melon shot.
I'm like, wait, stop. Focus, focus. He said melon.
Despite Hud now accidentally revealing 2 huge details about his celebrity relative while trying to impress Mackenzie, she still doesn't know who he's related to. In the morning, Adam cooks enough breakfast to share with his hungover castmates. Too bad it's pancakes and wood.
Oh my God. Everybody needs to eat chunks of wood. Ugh. I got wood chunks in it accidentally.
Yeah, it looked like there was a bit on there.
Who told these people that sticking the butt end of a big spoon into a running blender is a good idea? With a full stomach and a wood-burning fire lit under him, Adam finally remembers Mackenzie's dad's name.
I'm thinking Clay Aiken with the clay pot, or Chet Adkins? Trace Adkins. Those are some tall drinks of water.
Later, the 8 eliminated contestants reunite. While Gracie Lou is stuck still wearing her countrified wardrobe, Miguel's upgraded his brand from wolf in a sheep's mask to snake that bites.
Don't tread on me and expect me not to bite.
When the group learns that they'll be able to help or hinder the final 3 in their last challenge, Danny picks up right where he left off.
I'm thinking that means sabotage or just sabotage, really. Just sabotage from the inside. Sabotage from the inside.
And just in case it isn't obvious who Danny wants to sabotage,
Let's get this off rip. I'm not helping Adam.
I'm not helping Adam.
the final 3 arrive at the final challenge.
Oh, we don't need broken ankles yet.
Right?
We see a trio of billboards, each full of clues about a celebrity relative, but they're concealed behind 7 layers of blurring. To clear a layer, contestants complete a miniature version of one of the season's prior challenges. Finish them all to remove all the layers. An eliminated player waits at each station to help, unless you're Adam. Once someone's billboard is fully revealed, they're out. Last person left wins the ability to choose the first guesser and target at the final guess-off. The beginning of this challenge is the most important 10 seconds of the entire season. Instead of working with Hud to target Adam and expose his billboard first, Mackenzie targets Hud because she's confidently incorrect that Adam is related to Bret Michaels. When Hud notices what's happening, he stops targeting Adam and starts targeting Mackenzie, which Adam was already doing. So for most of the challenge, 2 people are working on Mackenzie's billboard, 1 person is working on Hud's billboard, and no one is working on Adam's. It's a game-winning advantage that not even the eliminated players' sabotages can overcome no matter how hard they try. And they try hard.
We going down.
None of them look happy to see me. Is there a top dancer? You see a top dancer?
No.
Ponytail.
Watermelon.
What?
Telling you, watermelon.
George, I'm not receiving help from anybody. Untie.
No, I don't really want to.
If you can give me a push, that would be great. No, push. Gracie Lou, please help me.
Is that a picture of him? I don't know.
If someone screamed, "Untie!" at me like that, I wouldn't want to help them either. But these people really can't stand Adam. Every season, when the eliminated contestants come back for the finale, there's always a couple who try to meddle instead of letting the game play out naturally. I've never liked that, and now the entire cast is doing it. Adam says he's always rubbed people the wrong way, and though his edit throughout the season was unflattering and annoying, I didn't think anything we saw was so awful as to elicit this extreme a response. It all comes to a head, no about to be pun intended, at the station that recreates the telephone challenge.
Split my head.
Oh,
I'm bleeding.
I bet now Franklin wishes all Adam did was break his ankle. When Miguel won't play telephone with Adam,
Hello?
C5. I I'm assuming he's not going to help.
That's 7.
D5.
C5.
D5.
What? Repeat.
Adam opts to do the task himself, which requires maneuvering through a short obstacle course like the one in the original challenge. He glides down a slip and slide, then barrels full speed into a set of small velvet rope hurdles, trying to somersault through them. But he gets tangled and cuts his head open on one of the heavy stanchions holding up the ropes. Obviously, that someone got hurt means production didn't do enough to ensure the challenge was safe, like weighing the stanchions down with sandbags. But I also don't think they could have predicted that someone would try to roll through hurdles instead of just, hopping over them. Still, Adam's injury is one of the scariest that I've seen in my lifetime of reality competition watching. Head injuries generate a lot of blood, and at first his wound won't close. A mid-challenge trip to the ER would mean disqualification from the entire season, but instead the medic wraps Adam's head like he's got old-timey mumps and he's able to continue. When the challenge resumes, the obstacle course is now missing from the telephone station, and Miguel is suddenly feeling a lot more helpful. Thanks to Mackenzie's decision to target HUD, which didn't even help her figure out his relative.
Jack and Diane? I know that song. I know probably every word to that song, honestly. Don't know who sings it.
Adam wins the challenge with 4 layers of blurring left on his billboard, but that's clear enough for Mackenzie to realize that no one is wearing a bandana, which means he can't be related to Bret Michaels. After the challenge, as Adam heads, still no pun intended, to the hospital, Mackenzie tries to figure out who both he and HUD are related to, so she goes to the most self-assured castmate she knows, Naomi, who continues to prove that her bottomless confidence would benefit from a floor.
Naomi had HUD's clue before she got eliminated.
You know who sings Cherry Bomb? Nobody does. You guys suck. His mother is Cherie Curry from The Runaways.
His celebrity relative's nickname is Cougar. Is she a cougar?
I don't know.
Jack and Diane, who sings that?
That's not who it is.
I think HUD's. It's not a woman, it's a man.
You can go home, it's fine.
Later, Mackenzie brainstorms with people who are willing to be wrong, and together they quickly realize HUD's relative.
Melon, and then Diane and Jack, and then I think it was Melon. Just John Melon. Oh my gosh. It's him. It's him. It's him.
Next, attention turns to Adam. Using his wine cellar clue, the clue wall, and Bianca's Gen X brain, the entire cast tries to solve his identity. Though no one figures out who he's related to, it's a good exercise in teamwork and in acting for HUD.
90s star known for singing love ballads.
90s star, not 80s star.
90s. That's why I thought Bret Michaels was a little early.
What happened to this?
Bret Michaels.
Bret Michaels.
Are you sure?
It's gone.
Eventually, Adam returns to the mansion with staples in his head and a spring in his step when he realizes that the group still doesn't know who his relative is. Mackenzie recruits Shane for a thinly veiled, doomed-to-fail plan to convince Adam that her dad isn't Trace Adkins, but Toby Keith.
Who do you think about Mackenzie? Because I've been brainstorming.
What name did you get?
I think it's Toby.
Oh, wow. I don't see any clues on Toby Keith at all. I know that Toby Keith never wore a black hat. You know who did wear a black hat? Chet Atkins. And what is his name? Trace Adkins.
Just as everyone starts to accept the inevitability of Adam winning, Adam steps in to give them one last glimmer of hope.
Did you figure out who my relative is yet?
I have an idea, but I don't think it's right. Huh?
Tell him.
We've talked. I don't think it's right.
80s, 90s. White boys singing R&B music.
80s, 90s. There could only be a few.
When a man loves a woman.
Nothing. I'm saying no more.
Boom. It all just made perfect sense.
All it took was the oldest person in the cast overhearing Adam say the name of his uncle's most famous song for someone to finally figure out who he's related to.
I know who Adam's related to.
Michael Bolton. Bolt of lightning.
Do people consider Michael Bolton an R&B artist? At the guess-off, 2 back-to-back guesses will determine the season's outcome, even though it was carefully implied that the winner of the final challenge won't hold all the power like they have in seasons past.
Adam will have the unique honor of choosing our first guesser and our first target of this evening.
As the winner of the final challenge, Adam holds all the power. The new twist is that whoever survives the first guess, either the guesser or the target, gets to choose who becomes the final guesser. But as long as the challenge winner picks themselves to be the first guesser and survives, they're still in total control. So really, the format hasn't changed at all. Maybe that's why Adam felt comfortable enough to tell people who he's related to. I hope the format does change in the 4th season, that I assume is happening because they're casting for it. That the final challenge winner dictates the entire end of the game has always been one of the worst parts of the show. What about a jury vote to determine the last guesser, or a quick face-off? At least bring back the first season's high-risk, high-reward final challenge that required you to basically reveal your relative's identity to win. As Adam picks himself to be the first guesser, the edit tries so hard to convince us that he might mess up saying someone's name. It made me wonder if the producers added a new rule against middle school-style cheating. Because otherwise, why wouldn't he just write the names on his arm again?
I haven't been good with names most of my life. There's a good chance I'm going to screw this up tonight. I believe your claim to fame is trait. Brain, don't fail me now. Trace Adkins.
Guessed it. I'm Trace Adkins.
As the winner of the first guess-off, Adam chooses to remain guesser for the second, while the edit revs up the threat of him forgetting a name to the point of being patronizing.
I believe your claim to fame is it John Cougar Mellencamp? Jonathan Mellencamp? The American Treasure. John Mellencamp.
Time to come home.
In separate interviews, Mackenzie and Hud both say the friendships they made, with each other, were more valuable than a cash prize, and they might have meant it too, because they've been hanging out since filming. I bet I know what Hud's pet name for Mackenzie is.
What up, brother?
Hang out, brother.
I got you, brother. You good, brother? Thank you, brother. Sorry, brother. Part of the game, brother.
Make a little smoothie, brother.
Yeah, brother, those are my food. What we cooking, brother? It smells good. Brother, they're not making napalm and bringing it on TV.
Despite the odds, the injuries, and the animosity toward him, Adam, Michael Bolton's nephew, is the newest winner of Claim to Fame. With his $100,000, he'll probably just be able to afford getting his head staples removed. Something I liked about this season's storytelling is the ability to pinpoint a lot of what contributed to Adam's win. Some things were his strategic decisions, like targeting Bianca first, convincing people he was related to an actor, and forming an alliance that functioned just long enough to save him from getting eliminated 5th. But I think Adam's biggest advantage had nothing to do with him, and that's the way the clues were written. None of Michael Bolton's song titles were ever used, and he's got some famous ones. Adam's wine cellar clue was noticeably more vague than the others, and was also weirdly similar to a clue Shane won during a challenge.
This love ballad specialist gave Kelly Clarkson a true fangirl moment when he surprised her by singing a duet with her on her talk show. Long-haired 90s star known for singing love ballads.
That's good.
Besides that, all the cast had to work with was an album title presented as a nickname, an appearance on The Masked Singer, which has featured over 160 celebrities, faceting bolts and lightning bolts to represent the name Bolton, even though several performers and fictional characters are closely associated with actual lightning, and finally, a mullet and 3 separate references to long hair, both generic styles famously worn by lots of different people.
It's like, who didn't have long hair in the 90s?
What about Michael Bolton's Netflix special? What about The Lonely Island? Is this random nautical notebook meant to reference the song Jack Sparrow? There's also a stapler on the clue wall that could be an Office Space hint, but it's not even red, it's white. To compare, in addition to similar clues about his name and album titles, John Mellencamp's 5 most played songs on Spotify all appeared throughout the season. Jack and Diane, Hurts So Good, Small Town, which Adam said was the only clue he needed, Pink Houses, and Cherry Bomb. Because I thought Adam's clues were so much less helpful than everyone else's, even though it's not his fault, I wasn't rooting for him. I wasn't rooting against him either, but that was mostly despite the editing. The entire back half of the season was about people being annoyed with Adam and trying unsuccessfully to eliminate him until he eventually won. That could have been a satisfying storyline if Adam were presented as a more clever villain or a more likable underdog, but by focusing on plot points about his lack of pop culture knowledge, his bad social skills, his entitled attitude, and the gloating reveal of his relative's identity before the guess-off, the editing set Adam up for a downfall that never came. Instead, he somehow emerged as the season's best player, and he wasn't even that good. The rest of them were just worse.
What's going through everyone's minds tonight?
I don't know.
Jill, you're feeling like you're a little confused. You all right?
Yep, right there.
Yep.
You pinpointed it.
Got it, all right.
Poor Jill. I think she made the least impact of anyone who's been on the show. though that might be better than only being remembered for talking about poop.
I've seen a few, like, girl poops, and I think it's the most disgusting thing when I see those little balls.
I don't have little
Because I'm just like, that's like dog poop right there.
I can't think of a better place to end than with a clip about pooping that isn't even from this season. Thank you so much for watching. I thought Claim to Fame 3 was a lot of fun. I hope you did too. It really reminded me of Survivor 43. A little wonky, kind of a wild ending, but always entertaining and full of memorable moments. I'll be back soon to talk about a different TV show. In the meantime, if you're so inclined, please like and subscribe. Thanks again. See you soon. Bye.